At 89, Robert Redford finally talks about Paul Newman. Robert Redford was born Charles Robert Redford, Jr.B., on August 18, 1936 in Santa Monica, California. Growing up in a simple home, he was really influenced by his mom, Martha Hart, who drew pictures for work and did art stuff that made him love creativity and beautiful things, and his dad, Charles Robert Redford, Sr., who worked as a scientist mixing chemicals, giving him a steady influence that balanced his creative dreams. Redford's childhood in Southern California let him see the exciting culture of the area and also the sparkle and mystery of Hollywood, planting early ideas for his future job in acting and making movies. Redford's early school days and growing up experiences were really important too. He went to Van Nuys High School where he grew his love for drama and acting by being in school plays and trying different kinds of creative stuff. After high school, he went to the University of Colorado where he first studied building design, showing his wide curiosity about learning, but his love for the arts finally pulled him away from building design and toward acting, making him want to get real training in performing. He studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City, a fancy school that gave him tough training and introduced him to important teachers who saw his natural talent and what he could become. Redford's acting job started in the late 1950s and early 1960s with TV shows and small movie parts. But it was during the late 1960s and 1970s that he became a real Hollywood star. His big break in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, with Paul Newman, grabbed people's attention, making his image as a charming leading man with a mix of tough charm and classy style. Redford's acting of the Sundance Kid was not only loved by critics but also changed culture, showing a new kind of American hero, one who was rebellious, thoughtful, and charming all at once. His later parts in movies like The Sting 1973, All the President's Men, 1976, and Out of Africa, 1985, showed even more his range as an actor, proving his ability to play complicated, many-sided characters and handle different types of movies from action and drama to romance and political thrillers. Besides acting, Robert Redford is famous as a forward-thinking filmmaker and supporter of independent movies. In 1980, he started the Sundance Institute, a nonprofit group dedicated to helping independent filmmakers and growing new talent. This project created the Sundance Film Festival, which has become the top plaza for independent films around the world, starting the careers of countless directors, actors, and writers. Redford's promise to creative freedom and storytelling new ideas changed the world of American movies, making sure that new voices could challenge regular stories and bring unique ideas to audiences. Along with his work at Sundance, Redford directed and made several breast films, including Ordinary People, 1980, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture and got him a nomination for Best Director, making solid his reputation as an artist able to shape both interesting stories and the business itself. In themed 1980 seconds, Robert Redford kept making solid his reputation as one of Hollywood's most flexible and interesting actors. During this time, he starred in notable films such as The Natural, 1984, a sports drama that showed Redford's ability to show both charm and emotional depth as he played Roy Hobbs, a baseball player with a mix of talent, weakness, and an almost magical quality that connected with audiences. Around the same time, he appeared in Out of Africa, 1985, the big romantic epic based on Karen Bixen's memoir, which showed Redford's ability to play complicated characters within rich, scenic storytelling. Besides his on-screen acting, Redford also began to more and more explore his love for directing. His interest was clear with The Magro Beanfield War 1988, a film he directed based on John Nichols's book, which let him combine his artistic links with socially aware storytelling. In this project, Redford handled a story about community, bad behavior, and cultural identity, proving that his talents went far beyond acting into a detailed observation directing style. In 1992, Redford made even stronger his reputation as a skillful director with A River Runs Through It, a critically praised family drama that dug into themes of family bonds, personal loss, and the quiet beauty of nature, starring Brad Pitt and Craig Sheffer. The film let Redford blend poetic camera work with personal storytelling, showing his ability to get powerful performance from young actors while keeping a thoughtful, almost poetic tone. His directing was widely praised for its sensitivity and artistry, making stronger Redford's place not only as a screen icon, but also as a filmmaker able to create deeply moving movie experiences. 2 years later, in 1994, Redford directed Quiz Show, a project that showed his keen interest in American history and moral confusion. The film looked at the 1950s quiz show scandals in which popular television programs were fixed to boost ratings and offered a sharp critique of media ethics, corporate influence, and the wearing away of public trust. By tackling such a controversial and intellectual subject, Redford showed his willingness to face complicated societal issues through movies while also showing his precision in balancing dramatic tension, character development, and historical accuracy. Redford kept navigating the dual paths of acting and directing through the late 1990s. In 1998, he both starred in and directed The Horse Whisperer, a film that combined a deeply emotional story with breathtaking camera work of the American West. The story centered on healing, both human and horse Redford, to explore themes of trauma, recovery, and the healing power of nature. His work on this project highlighted his unique ability to direct himself while keeping story unity and emotional realness, making even stronger his reputation as a filmmaker of exceptional insight and sensitivity. In the 2000s, Redford remained active both in front of and behind the camera. He starred in the 2007 political drama Lions for Lambs, playing a university professor in a story that looked at the intersections of politics, media, and personnel responsibility. While acting in this project, Redford kept showing his lasting charm and seriousness. In 2011, he turned to directing with The Conspirator, a historical drama focused on Mary's Sorate and the aftermath of Abraham Lincoln's assassination, showing his lasting interest in moral complications, justice, and historical stories. The following year, he combined his dual talents on See Again in the Company You Keep 2012, a film starring Shia LaBeouf, in which Redford both directed and appeared, skillfully handling themes of political activism, secrecy, and personal responsibility, and proving that even decades into his career, he remained a dynamic, many-faceted force in Hollywood. On August 9, 1958, Robert Redford married Lola Van Wagenen in a private ceremony held in Las Vegas, Nevada, marking the beginning of a long and complicated personal partnership that would span decades. The choice of Las Vegas for the wedding showed both a desire for relative privacy and the practical ease of the city's wedding places, which were already known for their efficiency and discretion, even in the 1950s. Celebrate with family and friends. In a more personal and traditional setting, a second reception was held at the home of Lola's grandmother on September 12th of the same year, letting their close relatives participate in the joyous occasion and create cherished memories. Together, Redford and Van Wagenen had 4 children, each with their own unique life story and connection to their father. Their first child, Scott Anthony Redford, arrived on September 1, 1959, but sadly passed away at just 2.5 months old on November 17, 1959, due to sudden infant death syndrome. Scott was laid to rest at Provo City Cemetery in Provo, Utah, leaving a lasting mark of grief and tenderness on Redford and Van Wagenen's lives. Their second child, Shauna Jenna Redford, born on November 15, 1960, grew into a talented painter, showing a creative interest that matched her father's artistic links. Shauna later married journalist and author Eric Schloer, forming a partnership rooted in intellectual and cultural engagement. David James Redford, born on May 5, 1962, followed a career in writing and film production, following in his father's footsteps by contributing to the creative world behind the camera. Sadly, James passed away on October 16, 2020, leaving behind a legacy of storytelling and artistic dedication. Their youngest child, Amy Hart Redford, born on October 22, 1970, embraced a many-sided career in the entertainment industry as an actress, director, and producer, further extending the Redford family's influence within film and theater. Together, the Redfords have 7 grandchildren, each representing continuation of the family line and the personal and creative legacy of Robert Redford. Although Redford and Van Wagenen were deeply connected through their children and shared experiences, their romantic relationship gradually drifted apart over the years. Neither Redford nor Van Wagenen ever publicly confirmed a formal separation or divorce, keeping a private stance on their changing relationship. However, in 1982, the well-known entertainment columnist Shirley Ear reported that the couple have been very much apart for a number of years, indicating that the marriage had really ended in personal terms, even if not legally finished. Nearly a decade later, Parade magazine reflected the confusion of their marital status, stating in 1991, "It is unclear whether the divorce has been finalized," highlighting the couple's lasting privacy and discretion regarding personal matters despite Ford's public fame. On July 11, 2009, Robert Redford entered a new chapter of his personality when he married his long-time fiancée Sabine Zagars in a ceremony at Fancy Louis C. Jacob Hotel in Hamburg, Germany. Zagars, an accomplished artist herself, had moved in with Redford in 1996, sharing Hisham in Sundance, Utah, and becoming an important part of his personal and creative life. Their union showed a mature partnership built on mutual shared interests in art and culture and a deep understanding of each other's lives shaped by decades of experience and previous relationships. This marriage formed later in Redford's life emphasized his lasting desire for companionship, love, and stability, further highlighting the human side behind his public image as a legendary actor, director, and philanthropist. At the age of 89, Robert Redford, one of Hollywood's most lasting and iconic figures, finally opened up about his decades-long friendship and professional partnership with the legendary actor Paul Newman. Redford's offer a rare and personal glimpse into the depth of their bond, a connection that went far beyond the silver screen. In his remarks, Redford did not hold back, speaking openly and with the kind of insight that only comes from a lifetime of shared experience and mutual respect. "Paul was the kind of person who made everyone around him better," Redford said, recalling the effortless charm and humility that Newman carried both on and off camera. He described how even at the height of fame, Newman never allowed success talk loud. His sense of humanity or generosity. Redford's words convey not just admiration, but a deep personal affection that speaks to the rare kind of friendship forged in the crucible of Hollywood's pressures and the collaborative world of film. Redford also thought about the unique dynamics of their professional collaborations. "We had this unspoken understanding on set," he explained, detailing how their mutual respect allowed them to push each other creatively while maintaining a light-hearted friendship that made long shooting days feel seamless. He remembered the countless hours they spent discussing character motives, improvising scenes, and challenging each other to elevate a performance not for awards, but for the love of the craft itself. These memories show the profound artistic synergy that made their collaborations not only commercialistic but also critically revered. Beyond work, Redford spoke of the personal impact Newman had on his life. "He was more than a friend. He was like a brother," he revealed, touching on the personal support, counsel, and quiet encouragement that defined their decades-long relationship. Redford's words suggest that their bond was a rare mixture of companionship, mentorship, and mutual understanding, the kind of friendship that transcends ordinary social connections and leaves an enduring mark on one's life. Finally, Redford expressed a sense of gratitude and nostalgia, emphasizing how Newman's influence extended far beyond their own lives and careers. "Paul taught me that success is measured by kindness, integrity, and the impact you have on people," Redford said, underscoring how Newman's legacy is not only cinematic, but deeply human. In opening up at this late stage in life, Redford has provided fans, historians, and fellow actors a treasured window into the life of one of Hollywood's great duos. A testimony to friendship, artistry, and enduring respect that continues to resonate decades after their first shared far.